What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more big band music. And once again, major shout out to longtime friend and champion of the channel, Kim, who has shared an enormous wealth of music, including a couple 10, actually 11 record compilations, one of which is the Great Band Era, listed as 36 to 45. It has 10 records with a wide assortment of artists, as well as a bonus LP with like a bunch of hit tracks on it. But yeah, when I began going through this, I jumped ahead one track and I reacted to Take the A Train, Duke Ellington and his orchestra, but I'm going to back up to the proper first tune on the first record, which is listed as Great Band Theme Songs, and it's called I'm Getting Sentimental Over You by Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra. Now, I know this song by name, and I can maybe even hear in my head the melody to which the title phrase is sung, but I don't know if that's an original version that I'm quasi-hearing / remembering in my brain, or maybe it's a later rendition, a cover of it. But yes, I'm familiar with this phrase as a song title, so on some level, in some place and time, I must have heard some version of it, which is obviously a lot of generalization. But yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra perform it, and given that I'm a big fan of throwback jazz music, big band music, oldie-timey melodies, I'm thinking I'm going to enjoy it, so let's give it a listen. This is from Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra. Make sure I have this on the right side. I think I do, because does it show? Yes. So this is I'm Getting Sentimental Over You by Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra. Recognize the melody. beautiful. And I feel like there's something to be said for hearing tunes like that on vinyl with a bit of that surface noise crackle. But yes, I love oldie-timey tunes like this. It just feels like I'm looking at a black and white scene. I suppose that's a testament to how much I enjoy watching like 30s and 40s movies. But yeah, you can see a dance at an old-time ballroom. There's a simple simplicity, but also there's a simple simplicity. I suppose that's a bit redundant, but there's a simplicity, but also an elegance to the melody. I do feel the swaying back and forth slow dance type of feel to this one, which makes sense given the song title. And yeah, I do wonder whether there's some vocal version that I've heard, because when I thought of the title in advance, I swear I can hear someone singing the title phrase. So knowing that when we heard Take the A Train? I feel it. Yeah, Take the A Train, that it was an instrumental. I'm guessing these are all like that, but apparently some of them have been done in different versions, including with vocals. So yes, I do wonder what version I may have heard. And yeah, I think it's a trumpet. Is it a trumpet leading the melody at the beginning, and then again in the latter stages? Obviously the piano comes in and takes the lead for the middle part. But I enjoy the soulfulness and almost like ghostly sound in a way of the trumpet or whatever lead brass instrument that is. And then there's the other brass instruments giving some of the rhythm, along with, I think, a very light drumming. But I like how the pulses in the background are multiple instruments that are behind the lead instrument, and they sort of, they give us the time of the piece as the lead instrument is giving us the melodic grace. So yeah, just cool composition, and one that it just oozes that early to mid 20th century feel. It makes me want to go watch one of those 30s movies. So yeah, although I suppose, it's funny, one of the other things I thought along the way, and this is a testament to creative enterprises of more recent decades and indeed the modern millennium, there's a lot of like franchises, especially like video games, where like there's a much more modern horror-based environment in which like throwback tunes of a light and happy nature are playing. I'm thinking of the BioShock game maybe in particular. There's another one that I'm blanking on where it's like post-apocalyptic, and there's all this irradiated wasteland and so on, and the only music that survived are these archives of like old records like Cole Porter and so on, and so that's what you hear like on the radio. And there's this contrast between this comforting oldie-timey music and this bleak and or scary modern environment. And so admittedly, when I hear some of these old-time songs, I think of like their original context, but I also think like, man, this would work really well in one of those creepy like video games where, there's this sort of time capsule of culture in a post-apocalyptic environment or scenario. So there's a moment or two there during that where I had that thought as well. But just really great to go through these. Once again, thank you to Kim. Again, there's a whole lot of material, like 10 records plus a bonus record, so I'll try to start going through them with a bit more pace. And I think I'll basically just go through them in order. And the next one, what does that say? Oh, Blossoms by Tony Pastor and his orchestra. So apparently that'll be the next one when we come back. Do let me know what you think of this, and I will see you then. Peace.